To answer this question, absolutely, you can use a mason jar to store your cigars in. As a matter of fact, some good alternatives for a humidor are mason jars, Tupperware, and Ziploc bags. Now, with a mason jar, you don't have to season a mason jar like a traditional humidor. So what I would recommend is, one, you can either get a sponge, depending on how big the mason jar is. You can get a sponge and soak it in distilled water and put it inside the humidor for a few days and then put your cigars in there. Or what I would recommend, and I think this is the most efficient way, is to get a Boveda pack. I would recommend getting a 72% Boveda pack and dropping it into the mason jar and letting it sit there for about a few days or a week, and then put your cigars in there. Now, to get a more efficient reading of the relative humidity is to buy an actual hygrometer, a digital hygrometer. Buy the Boveda pack, put it in there, and also put that digital hygrometer in there, and then you can watch the relative humidity and see how much relative humidity you're getting in that mason jar. And once it rises up to about 72%, then you could put your cigars in there and your cigars should be good to go. But to answer your question, absolutely, you can use a mason jar. You can use a Tupperware or Ziploc bag and get a Boveda pack, and you should be good to go. And to add to that, you don't necessarily need a humidor to store your cigars in. You can use alternatives like a Tupperware or a Ziploc bag or a mason jar, as long as the container has a tight seal, because at the end of the day, if a humidor doesn't have a tight seal, then it's pretty much useless. So as long as the container you're putting your cigars in have a tight seal, you can put a Boveda pack or some type of humidification system in it, and you can store a hygrometer in it to monitor the relative humidity in it, then your cigar should be good to go regardless. I appreciate you asking that question. If you have any more questions, let me know, and I hope this helps.